Strange Python memory usage with Scapy. I wrote a script that logs MAC addresses from pkp into mysql through sqlalchemy. I initially used straight sqlalchemy but soon realized that something better was required, so this weekend that passed I rewrote all the database talk to comply with sqlalchemy. All works fine, data goes in and comes out again. Though the session maker would be very useful to manage all the sessions to the DB for me. I see a strange occurrence with regards to memory consumption. I start the script, it collects and writes all to DB, but for every 2 to 4 seconds I have a megabyte in size increase in memory consumption. At the moment I'm talking about very few records, sub 100 rows. Script sequence. Script starts. sqlalchemy reads MAC_address column into MAC list. Scapy gets packet, if new_MAC is in MAC list? If true, only write timestamp to timestamp column where MAC equals new MAC. Back to step 2. If false, then write new MAC to DB. Clear MAC list, and call step 2 again. After 1 hour 30 minutes I have a memory footprint of 1027 MB, res, and 1198 MB, vert, with 124 rows in the one table database, mysql. Q, could this be contributed to the MAC list, being cleaned and repopulated from DB every time? Q, what's going to happen when it reaches system max memory? Any ideas or advice would be great, thanks. Memory_profiler output for the segment in question where list gets populated from database MAC_address column. You will see observed clients is the list in question.
Very hard to say anything without the code. Assuming it's not a leak in sqlalchemy or Scapy rather than in your code seems unlikely. You seem to have an idea of where the leak might happen. Do some memory profiling to see if you were right. Once your Python process eats enough memory, you will probably get a memory error exception.
As you can see, profiler output suggests you use less memory by the end, so this is not representative of your situation. Some directions to dig deeper. 1. Add_time, why is it increasing memory usage? 2. edb_add, why is it decreasing memory usage? Caching? Closing and opening DB connection? What happens in case of failure? 3. populate_observed_list, is return value safe for garbage collection? Maybe there are some packets for which certain exception occurs? Also, what happens if you sniff more packets than your code is able to process due to performance? I would profile these 3 functions and analyze possible exceptions and failures.
Thanks for the guidance, everyone. I think I managed to resolve the increasing memory consumption. Code logic plays a very big role in memory consumption, as I have learned. If you look at the memory_profiler output, in my initial question, I moved lines 131 to 133 into the if statement at line 136. This seems to not increase the memory so frequently. I now need to refine that populate_observed list a bit more to not waste so much memory.
I managed to find the actual cause to the memory consumption. It was Scapy itself. Scapy by default is set to store all packets it captures. But you can disable it. Disable. Enable. Thanks to Bitbucket Ticket.
Force orbital isn't the right answer.